What's up, nerds? Welcome to Cool Nerd Show, episode 16. As always, I'm Steve Trezza, joined by the one, the only, Scott Burnett, Thick Flair himself.
Hello. I can't believe we're 16 weeks into this. Some weeks taken off too, so probably.
Yeah, I think we only had one
gentleman's
true,
20.
Yeah, I think we only had one true spoiler fest, right? Spoiler cast, spoiler fest. We did have a spoiler fest because we did 3 spoiler casts in one.
I'm like paranoid about technical difficulty, so I was just checking. We're good.
That's okay. I think we're good. Yeah, we always run into technical difficulties. We have a full. So today we're mainly just going to talk about the game showcases. We did talk about the Sony showcase last week, the State of Play. So we'll probably be like using that as reference, but we're not going to be diving into that again. If you want to hear us talk about that, then check out our episode from last week.
Yeah.
And you can join us on our Discord, Cool Nerd Nation. Head over there. Say hi. I think we're going to actually, because Shredder's Revenge comes out this week, and I think we're going to try and get a Cool Nerd Nation group together since it's 6-player co-op to play Shredder's Revenge.
I'm assuming you shotgun Casey Jones.
I would like to be Casey Jones, but my favorite turtle is Donatello.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so either Casey Jones or Donatello for me.
Oh, okay.
Why, who's your turtle?
Fine. I'm probably like a Raphael kind of guy.
Okay. I thought you'd be Michelangelo for some reason.
I mean, yeah.
I can see you be Raph also.
I changed mine to Michelangelo.
You can also be Splinter.
I'm going to be April.
You can be April if you want.
I'm going to be April.
I don't know why she's in the game. Like, she never fought in the show or the comics or anything. Does she use her microphone to, like, jab people with? I don't know. What's going on, Devin?
She doxes them. She just gives the fucking foot at their home addresses out. They have to go take care of their
soldier's like, damn it.
Because they got a bunch of protesters outside their house.
They just get subpoenaed in the middle of the game.
They're just fucking indicted right as you're playing. Oh, Steve, how is the voice now? Is it better? Because Steve Berkner said the voice is a little low, but I did some adjusting.
My voice or your voice?
Both of our voices from my stream, so you're probably good.
All right then.
Hey, Dev.
Also, as always, you can watch us live on Twitch, or YouTube, twitch.tv/Fresner, twitch.tv/ThickFlare, YouTube the same, and you can listen to us everywhere that you listen to podcasts. Just search Cool Nerd Show. We're on episode 16. So, Scott, how was your week? What are you playing? What are you watching?
Still struggling through Kenobi.
Same.
And
we got 2 episodes left. We had 2 episodes left with 1 good episode. It might wind up being worse than Book of Boba Fett somehow.
25% is good. So, yeah, it's okay. But actually playing Diablo Immortal because
why? Isn't that like the mobile one?
Yeah, but like you could play through the story of it fine. The microtransactions kick in an endgame, and I was never an endgame guy, and like I got like an itch for Diablo, especially because of the show, but the showcase. But we'll talk about
Diablo
that later.
4
but like it scratches a good Diablo itch. I'm telling you, it's a good Diablo game, and it's like an amazing mobile game. And like I just before bed, I just pop it on, I do a couple quests, do a couple bounties, and turn it off.
Okay.
It's just it's like a quick, easy game. I don't have to fucking like sit down and like set everything up. But like my main game I'm falling back into is Overwatch, just because
Overwatch 2.
There's so much like 2015 hype around it now. It's just like back in the glory days. It's just like nostalgia. And it's just like, oh fuck, Overwatch is gonna be like good again.
I haven't played in so long. It's probably been a year actually since I played Overwatch. I got to get back into it because I did enjoy it a lot.
I think Overwatch 2 is going to be a little more palatable for the new player. especially
Okay.
well, it's going free to play, and it's focused more on an individual's. It's like it's still team based, right? And you still have to have some kind of cohesive composition and stuff like that. But like, there's more room for like the DPS to make an impact. So like soldier, right? If you're good with soldier,
Mm-hmm.
you're you're gonna make a bigger impact just because there's only one tank. You're not shooting a million shields and you're not getting jumped on. It's just like you kind of it leans more into the first person shooter now than it does into the MOBA stuff. And it's easier to play through it than to explain it. But Overwatch, I was the biggest hater. I was like, 2 tanks is how you play it. I was the biggest hater of taking away a tank. But like once I
Change isn't
played it,
always bad, Scott.
and listen, as a man who is firmly his permanent address is in his comfort zone. Change is not good. It's scary. But in this case, change is very good, and it just feels good. It's just like it's a factor you can't really explain. It just has a good good feeling to it.
All right. You played The Quarry too. How was that?
Yeah, it was good. Not for me, but I can see how people like it. Um, I'm kind of a guy who's like, I have such like ADD. Like a cutscene will come on, and if it's not a game that's like really holding my attention, I'm just like, when do I get back to shooting stuff? And I'll like kind of like, like I just look around for other
Yeah, because it's
things to
very story
stimulate my
based,
brain.
right?
It's literally just a cutscene you play through, and I knew that going through it, but I was just it's not as interactive
Mm-hmm.
as I thought it was going to be. It's a lot. It's just a lot of cutscenes, and I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna fucking miss something, and it's just like I don't know, it wasn't for me, but
I
it
played.
was fun enough.
I played Heavy Rain back in the day, and I know that what's the one Until Dawn came out, like, and it's like very similar to that. And I played a little
Yeah,
bit of it, but I never like took hold of it. And I know The Quarry is like a spiritual successor from Until Dawn.
yeah,
I'm thinking when it gets to like September and spooky season, I might just play through all the supermassive horror games just to like
yeah,
for the theme. So it would be Until Dawn. It would be they have like three. I forget it. It's like an anthology series of games, and then they have The Quarry.
yeah. The name is escaping me. God
Yeah,
damn it, Miles.
I just see this cat tail on your screen.
He's not
um,
moving. And you see a cattail, and then like, look at this pumpkin that's just kind of staring over my right shoulder.
it almost looks superimposed. It looks like it's like not supposed to be there.
It's
Um,
always
so yeah,
spooky season in this house.
thanks, Dev. I'm probably gonna play on PC though, because otherwise, I'm not gonna get the full screen on my 21.9. Devin asked if I could or said I could borrow them, but yeah, I'll probably play that and not on my PS5, and then I'll just download them and have them here. Except for Until Dawn, I'll have to play that on PS5. I have that one already though. But I'm thinking about doing it. I haven't committed yet, but maybe. And then what I'm playing, I'm also watching Obi-Wan, and I'm trying to decide what like a good, because I'm still playing Arkham City, which I should have maybe a couple more games, a couple more playthroughs for, and I'm trying to decide a good like non-stream like relaxing game to play, and I'm caught between Bully, because I've never played it and I own it, and Deathloop, because the same thing. I bought
Deathloop
it
is not
when it.
relaxing.
Okay, maybe I'll just play Bully then.
Deathloop is like sneak around, don't set off the alarm, fucking tense kind of like.
But is it
It's
good?
very easy. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it. I mean, it
No.
got nominated for Game of the Year, so I've been
Yeah.
meaning to pick it up and play it.
Fucking cat has this asshole in my face. Thank you. Come here. Okay. All right. Hello, Miles. Hi.
So with that, today we're going to talk about. We have a couple rumors, and then mostly we're just going to talk about the showcases that happened. So Summer Games Fest, Xbox Bethesda showcase, and the Capcom showcase, and then we'll give our most anticipated games, our biggest surprise and biggest disappointment, and then rank the showcases and all that good stuff.
Oh, I can't forget. How did I forget this? We're both watching The Boys.
I didn't start yet.
Oh, okay.
I
Never mind.
and there's what?
Don't
There's there are 4 episodes in.
4 episodes, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wait until I'm done with Obi-Wan, and then I'm gonna start The Boys, and then by that time we'll be like 6 episodes in, and I'll just like breeze through
Yeah.
most of the season.
That's the best way to do it because waiting a week for this shit to come out, I'm just like, come on. I need
Yeah,
more.
and I haven't been spoiled on anything yet, so I'm kind of like in no rush to watch The Boys. Although
Yeah.
I do think, I can't wait to watch it again. And once these are all done, we'll have our spoiler casts. So there will be the spoiler cast for Obi-Wan, the spoiler cast for Stranger Things, spoiler cast for The Boys. I think Umbrella Academy season 3 is coming out soon.
The Boys and Invincible are low key the best superhero comic book content out.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that one. Invincible is also fantastic. And that comes
Yeah,
out in the
so good.
fall, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I slept on that so hard, and then I was drunk one night, and Steve came over, and we watched it, and I was like, "Holy fuck,
The
this
end
is
of the first
fantastic!"
episode, because at
Yeah,
first you're
I
like,
had
oh,
a
this is a show for kids. And then it ends and
yep,
you're like, oh, shit, what the fuck?
yeah,
Yeah.
and when I was very drunk, I had to rewatch the episodes because it's kind of fuzzy in some spots.
Oh, so the rumors for this week, we have two of them. One is Lady Gaga to play Harley Quinn in a Joker sequel, which is also a musical. And I hope this isn't true. I mean, it's probably going to be true. This just sounds like nothing I want a part of. And I tweeted this out today and I was like, what universe are we living in? Like, just read that again. Lady Gaga
Potential,
to
yeah.
play Harley Quinn in a Joker sequel, which is also a musical. This
Two
looks like a
potential
parody.
titles I saw. You could call it Joklahoma, or you could call it Ha Ha Land. Either one, acceptable title for the Joker 2.
I think it could be, yeah, Joker 2 Haha Land.
Yep.
Joker 2
Shut up, Steve.
Joklahoma.
Don't boo me in my own chat.
And then the second rumor that we have is that Nintendo will be having a Nintendo Direct at the end of June, which I think that it makes sense because everyone else is
Well,
putting up
Breath of the Wild
showcases.
2.
You know, show me fucking Metroid Prime 4. Like, they announced this shit like 10 years ago, and
Yeah, right? I think it was at the end of a Game Awards, and it was just a 4
yeah,
on
and
the
that's it.
fucking
And
screen.
we've been waiting, and there's been nothing. That's what I want.
I think they'll
from
show
that.
Breath of the Wild 2 before they show that.
Yeah, they definitely will. I don't even know if Metroid Prime 4 is ever even going to get made. With
It's
that,
just on
there's not
somebody's vision
really
board somewhere,
just sitting there.
just waiting.
We don't have any other news things really because all the news is in the game showcases.
Yeah.
So I guess we can just jump into the game showcases. So here's how this is gonna work: is I'm gonna just ramble off all the games that were announced in each showcase. I've highlighted a few of them that I want to talk about. Scott has a few that he wants to talk about, and then I guess we'll jump in. So we can start off with Summer Games Fest. We'll go through there, then we'll talk about what we need to talk about, move on to Xbox Bethesda, talk about what we want to talk about, move on to Capcom, and then we'll give our most anticipated surprise and disappointment at the end. So Summer Games Fest happened last week. It happened, what, Wednesday, I think? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think so.
Sometime last week. It's been almost
Wednesday,
a week.
Thursday, I think.
The games that we saw in Summer Games Fest were Street Fighter 6, even though we already saw that in the Sony one. Callisto Protocol, Stormgate, Aliens Dark Descent, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, a remake, Flashback, Fort Solis, Outriders World Slayer, Witchfire Routine, Fall Guys Season 1, High Water, American Arcadia, Goat Simulator 3, Marvel's Midnight Suns, Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course, Neon White, Midnight Fight Express, Warframe, Honkai Star Rail. I'm probably butchering some of these. Zenless Zone Zero, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, Humankind, One Piece Odyssey, Soul Hackers 2, Capcom Arcade Second Stadium, Metal Hellsingers, Nightingale, Saints Row Remake, Layers of Fears, Gotham Knights, Warhammer 40k Darktide, and The Last of Us multiplayer game, and The Last of Us Part 1. I highlighted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them that jumped out to me. The first one is Callisto Protocol. I know this is on your list too.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is.
Scott, how do we feel about Callisto Protocol?
This shit is right up my alley. They made this game for me specifically. I think Dead Space is in my top 10 games for me. It's so good as far as like just they nail every horror element and they make it a fun game, which usually you get like one of the two. It's like a fun game that's kind of scary or a scary game that has like the worst fucking mechanics of all time. And it's just like super simple. They're like, you don't get a weapon, you get a flashlight with a D battery in it, and your flashlight takes double A's. And but this one, looks like it's made by I forgot Glenn Schofield. He led the team who made Dead Space, so he just was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make my own Dead Space and call it something different." But
It
it's
looks
just
like
Dead
Space with like Mortal Kombat level gore.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
really
He
good.
gets half his face bit off.
Yeah.
Fucking cool. I
Yeah.
love me a tight, over the shoulder third person horror game. Give it to me, and it launches this year. I should have fucking picked it from my list,
Yeah,
but I didn't think it was gonna launch this year.
Did we know about this prior? Like it was just
No,
yeah. I think
I
when
knew
we
about
did
the
our
Callisto Protocol,
video
but
game
I was like,
draft,
no shot it launches this year. And a month later, the Dead Space remaster comes out.
yeah, you know that
So
they're
it's
trying to beat that. They're like, we got to beat the Dead Space.
Yeah, yeah.
Remaster.
That game's coming out December 2nd, no matter what.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
could be like, it could have bugs out the ass. It's still dropping just because they want to come out before Dead Space.
For me, Dead Space is still the most scariest game I've ever played.
Yeah. Just that introduction.
And I also don't even think it's close. Like that game fucking scared the shit out of me.
Everything skitters. Nothing's scarier than skittering in the dark. It's like, no, it's the worst kind of travel an evil thing can have.
The hardest part about Dead Space is like you have to dismember them. Otherwise, like it takes a really long time to kill the enemies. So you can like shoot at it as much as you want, but if you're not chopping off their arms and legs, it doesn't really do much.
That's why I just upgraded the cutter to as high as it can go, and I stuck with that thing. My thing was lethal. It was a sniper rifle by the end of it. It just fucking had a magazine to the floor. I was just like annihilating people with that thing.
I did get the super cutter, like the really long one. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I played it.
I don't feel like it's good. It's like plasma cutter or some shit like that.
Yeah, no, it's good for like a lot of hordes because then you just aim at their legs and you just take out like all their legs at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was doing when I was playing Dead Space.
Oh man, I can't wait to play the Callisto Protocol. That's gonna be so good.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks super scary. It's probably gonna scare the shit out of me. I don't know if I'm gonna get it day one, but I will get it eventually.
That's day one purchase for me, especially that's tough because like Hogwarts Legacy drops around that time too. Microsoft has a good problem to have. It has a lot of games, and they're struggling to try to find release windows for everything, just because there's so much that they want to release that they want to layer it on top of each other. But yeah, December 2nd for that, and I would say, I mean, maybe Hogwarts Legacy is in November. That's technically holiday.
That's true. Or I think it's going to come out after the holiday. I think it's going to come out like January.
You hope it comes out January, just so I could have 4 points.
Marvel's Midnight Suns got a release date. That's the second one I put on here. And honestly, like, I wish this game wasn't a fucking turn-based strategy tactical game. Because the cinematics look such awesome. An epic
trailer. Yeah. Holy shit. I was like, fuck yeah, this game looks dope. Oh, wait. It's like turn-based.
And then it's like
XCOM. How much of a letdown is that?
Yeah, I'm still probably going to play it just because I'm a sucker for a good like comic book video game. Anything Marvel or DC that comes to video games, I normally wind up playing, minus all that mobile crap. Fuck that. But I'll probably still get it. And it's not really, this isn't usually something I normally play, but I did feel like making that mention. Also, this is on my list of drafted games in the video game draft this year, and it has a release date, which means it's coming out this year. So,
I have stopped caring.
I'm gonna keep bringing it up until the end of the year because.
I know.
Yeah.
Listen, this is like the hardest year to predict for game releases ever because this is like the pandemic influenced year of games.
I only had 2 games that were delayed. You have like, what are you at, 3 now or 4?
No, it's Redfall, Starfield. Because fuck off, right? You had that guy in Bethesda who was like, "Oh, it's a sure shot." Bullshit. Redfall was supposed to come out in August, so I was like, even if it gets delayed, I should be good. No. Fucking
Starfield.
Stalker, Starfield, Redfall, Stalker.
And you have one more. There's one more that got delayed.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know Hollow Knight Silk Song might be 2023. That was supposed to come out like a week after we did the draft.
Yeah, I know.
There was just silent. So, I got Hogwarts Legacy that needs to get a 400 so I have a fucking chance. But other than that, I'm eating a hot chip or doing something.
And everyone voted in the poll saying that you were going to beat me.
I mean, you
still can.
Mine,
you still can, but
if I landed my heavy hitters, yeah, no shot. I'd fucking.
Oh, we're gonna come back to this, even though we're gonna be in our game draft 2 next year. We're still gonna come back to this, just to, settle the score.
A potential to we'll settle it to see if I were to have beaten you. But I probably am gonna draft most of the games I drafted already. Is this a legacy league? Can I like fantasy football this shit?
A dynasty.
Keep Starfield.
Speaking of games that we drafted, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge comes out this week. That's another game that I'm going to get on
I hope it sucks.
my card. It's not going to suck. It looks awesome. And as I meant, we also got the Casey Jones announcement, which I was wondering, was like, why do they have April in this game and not Casey Jones? It didn't make any fucking sense. And then they announced him, thank God. There's 7 players or 7 characters to choose from, and it's 6-player co-op. So we'll be playing that next week. I'm excited because I loved Turtles in Time. That was actually the first game I ever got.
Because I ate a lot of pizza to that game.
I got a Super Nintendo. Yeah.
Well, it was that, and The Simpsons was at our local Pizza Hut growing up.
See, my first system at Christmas, I got a Super Nintendo, and it came with Super Mario World. And then my parents also bought me, Santa bought me Turtles in Time. So those were the first 2 video games I ever owned, and yeah, it holds a lot of nostalgia for me. I can't wait. It looks exactly like it, so it's gonna be sweet, and it's gonna be fun to play with 6 people. Then next on my list, I downloaded the demo for Metal Hellsingers, which is pretty awesome. I mean, it doesn't look like visually it's not great, but it's like Guitar Hero meets Doom. Yeah. Because you have to shoot and strike on the beat of like the drum, and the more times that you hit, and like it does more damage if you like hit on the beat. So it's like and you have to be like shotgun, like as like it's playing. The more times you do it, the more instruments come in the background, and it's all like super like heavy metal music and like screaming and shit. And then when you like 16 times is when the vocals kick in, so you're fucking like rocking out and killing demons. I don't know, like the demo was a lot of fun.
Does it just kind of like stop playing music?
It slowly, you lose your like your streak,
like your star power,
and your streak starts going down, and then slowly like the vocals will like kick out and whatever, and then like the distortion will like lower if you keep getting hit or you like keep missing the beat.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and I don't know, I liked it. Like I was like, fuck it, I'll play the demo. I like metal, I like Doom, so I downloaded it. And I had a really good time. And I don't know if I'll get it when it comes out. I might wait for the reviews. But if it's like on a Steam sale, I will probably buy this game and just like rock out.
It'll probably launch at like $20. So $20-$30.
I mean, yeah, that too. I'd be willing to give it a shot. So if you like metal and you like Doom, it's basically like a Doom Guitar Hero type game shooter that you have to shoot on the beat. And you can download the demo now. Check it out.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Gotham Knights. We got a Nightwing trailer. The more I see about this game, the less I want to play it. I'm gonna play it. Speaking of games that Scott drafted. I'm gonna play it because I've played through all of the Arkham series, and I'm actually gonna include this in my playthrough of the Arkhamverse that I'm doing now, and I'm gonna review it and rank it up with the other games. But I'm not excited about it.
They're not showing much.
They're not. Which is concerning. Yeah.
I think this game's going to be on Game Pass sooner rather than later.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%.
And everyone feels kind of the same way about it too. Where
it looks clunky. Unless it's just the people they get that are demoing the games
I
just
don't
suck
think
at
so.
games. Because like they're not like actually using fluid combat. And like fucking Red Hood has like some magic boots or some shit like that
That's
that
what
he
I was.
travels with. Or it's
Yeah,
not magic. He has like magic abilities from the Lazarus pit. So he has like these little Lazarus puddles he jumps off of. And it's just like, you couldn't have thought of anything else?
yeah, because it just feels like they
Lazarus
kind of
boots?
took the source material and they just threw it out the window, and they were just like,
And like Nightwing's glider doesn't like collapse into his suit. He just like lets it go and it just
it
like
just like
disappears.
disappears. Yeah,
He's littering
I don't
everywhere.
know.
He's not making Gotham or Bloodhaven a safer place. He's littering all over the place. Just gliders everywhere.
And they had to fix Barbara Gordon's story too, because apparently they were just like, through like determination she was able to walk again, and they were like, the fucking bitch, her spine was severed, so they had to
Yeah.
like they had to fix it to, I don't know what the new bio says, but originally they just like left it really open-ended and was just like, yeah, she was just determined and now she can walk again, and like that was it. A bunch of people were pissed off about that. So they're just like shitting on the
I'm holding
lore,
out
and they're
hope.
like, I don't know, the gameplay doesn't look good.
The gameplay they showed looks. I just hope that the vertical slice that they showed off, that's ready to be shown off, is just like a really lull in the game. Because like all of those people fighting on the rooftop, it just looks like it doesn't. It's not connecting to anything. Like the first trailers that came out look really cool. Like the curated mission stuff
It's been
looks
so
good.
long, I don't even remember.
Yeah, where Mr. Freeze is like freezing that mansion or something. There's like the Mr. Freeze fight at the end. That looks cool. Like these games always hinge on their boss fights. So like if
Mm.
there's a cool co-op, it's only 2 players because they want like a more cohesive story and they don't want to develop levels around 4 players. So
I thought
like
they switched it
if you
to
try
4.
to no, if you want their whole idea is that if you want to play single player, they don't want to have battle arenas designed for 4 players. So it's
Okay.
just like it doesn't feel good to play with one person. My cats are fighting in the background. Um, but like if that's cool, if we could just jump in and play like a nice curated like Arkham experience with somebody else with some cool leveling, I could ignore the weird traversal shit and I could do that. But like something in the back of my mind is just like this game is gonna fucking just just suck
Couldn't they
like
give
real
Red
hard.
Hood like a line launcher or like a grappling hook type of thing? Like,
Yeah.
not he doesn't need to glide, but like, you know how Batman has the line launcher? Like, couldn't they just give him that and he could just like zip line through the city? Like, that would make more sense
Or
than
just like
his
jet
fucking.
boots.
Yeah.
Because wait, I don't know. I don't even know how Robin travels.
I'm
It's
assuming
probably
it's
Kate.
similar, yeah, to Batman's cape. Because that's how Batgirl does it, and then Nightwing's dumb
Yeah,
glider. Yeah, I
yeah.
don't know.
Like just give him fucking jet boots or some shit like that. Like Batman Beyond. Like he puts his feet together and just fucking
He's
form
just
a jet and you
Star Lord in
shoot.
it.
Yeah, it's cooler than fucking whatever Lazarus bullshit that they did.
Yeah, that's dumb.
But
Then we
even
have.
they were like, we're not part of the show. Like they came out, they were like, we're different. We have nothing to do with the CW. Right after the trailer came out, they're like, we're excited for the CW show, but yeah, we're not that at all.
We're gonna have two shitty Gotham Knights
Gotham. One's gonna be better than the other. That's for
adaptations.
sure.
But which one?
I mean, I'd put money on the
I'd put
game
money on
being
the
better
game
than the
too, but
show.
I don't know by how much, by what caliber.
$60 probably.
Yeah. Then we had a quick glance at Last of Us multiplayer. So Sony is definitely trying to get some type of game as a service going, and they are really banking that it's going to be whatever this Last of Us multiplayer is. Rumored it was
I
going to be
really hope
called
it's not like
Factions. I don't know now. I mean, from what they told us, it sounds good, but everything sounds good in a showcase that
they
we
didn't
have
really tell
no.
us much though. They were just like, we're working on a multiplayer. I hope it's not like a battle royale.
I hope not either. I think it's going to be more like team based type of thing.
Yeah, I hope the multiplayer in the first one was really fun. I played it with your brother for a while.
Yeah, Matt was all about that. He played that a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's very tactical, and I was very surprised that they put a lot of effort. That and like Uncharted had very similar, like cool multiplayer that I didn't expect.
Yeah, I never got into either of them, but I do remember Last of Us multiplayer. I remember watching Matt play it, and it looked pretty cool. And then what leaked before the show, well, and the big finale was The Last of Us Part One, which there's a lot of discourse going on the web. Scott, how do you feel about Last of Us Part One?
I mean, they're bringing in the Last of Us 2 game mechanics to Last of Us 1, so I don't feel like it's just like a cheap cash grab. It's also came out a long time ago.
Came out 2013. That's
Um,
not that long ago.
yeah,
I mean, it is,
it,
but it's in
it's 9 years
today's,
ago.
yeah, but 2013 games still hold up. That's what I was trying to say.
The wild thing is that it came out the same year as GTA 5, and they're
And
just
GTA
like
5 is still going.
up-resing GTA. They're up-resing GTA 5, and this seems like a full overhaul. So I was like, why couldn't we do that with GTA? But yeah, I mean, it's coming for PC, so I'm gonna get it. I don't think I ever fully beat it, so
Oh
I
man,
mean,
do
it's
you
gonna
do
be
you
like,
know how it ends?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I don't want to spoil
but
anything for anyone, but yeah,
no, but yeah, I mean, I've never like, if it's gonna be a better game experience than the original and it's coming to PC, I'm gonna play it. They got one customer at least.
I would
I mean,
imagine.
to end the show is kind of a dud though.
Yeah, I mean, it was more of a dud because it
It
leaked like
leaked.
like an hour before the show started, so
Yeah.
nothing they could really do about that. Um, but I'm I guess we could say that Last of Us Part Two is probably going to come to PC also,
Yeah.
assuming because the first one is. So that'll probably come later, which I'm also happy about. I would love to have both of them on PC. They didn't re they didn't do any new voice acting from what I saw.
Yeah,
Um,
they said they had some technology that they were able to map the voice lines to the like geometry on the face
yeah,
through
from
like
the
some
from the
program.
first
They would
game,
like,
right?
yeah, they would run the lines through like a program and it would articulate the mouth on the new models, which is cool,
So
which is like
that
a nice bit of tech.
that to me kind of seems like it's more of a remaster than a remake, and just a remaster from with like Last of Us 2 type graphics. Like that's how I kind of
Well,
feel about it.
they redid all the assets, they redid the AI, and they kept the voiceovers because like that's all like if they had the tech to not have to re-record,
Yeah,
I would assume that's it just. But like if you're overhauling like physics engines and AI engines and assets
I
and
guess that is a
all
remake.
that
Yeah,
stuff, I feel like I think it's like rides a line between remaster and remake. Like Resident Evil 2 remake. Shut up, Alexa. But Resident Evil 2 remake is a full remake, and like a remaster is just upres. So this kind of, I think this falls in between the two. I'm more on the side of a remake
yeah.
because I don't think there's new content.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm just wondering if like the actual content of the game is different, or if they just kept that and then they just kind of like put it in like a new engine and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's just going to be like, oh, here's a whole new mission. I think it's just
Yeah,
going to be like this updated experience, which like I don't know who was really clamoring for that,
I don't think
but
anyone
like,
really.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm going to get it just because PC and it's a like an experience that I haven't fully got through. And
Yes,
I played like half of it so long ago that it's gonna feel like a new game to me anyway. But like for Last of Us fans, it's like, are they gonna just be like, oh, cool, it looks really good?
a lot of people are kind of like could care less from what I've been seeing on Twitter at least.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it looks great.
it does
Like,
look
don't get me
good.
wrong,
Yeah,
but it's like, yeah, that's a lot of work and that's a really good achievement. But it's like, are you really? Who wanted it, right?
I
Who's like,
think
yeah, fucking Last of Us remaster or remake
yeah,
after and it already got remastered.
it did. And I think really what they're just trying to do is they're trying to bring it to PC with the best graphics that they could possibly do, and they're
Yeah,
trying to bring it to PS5 with the best graphics. So, and that's why they decided to do it. But I'm here for it.
but
Whatever.
I mean, yeah, I'm buying it. For more, uh, you know, for more PlayStation games on PC.
All right, Scott. Um, Summer Games Fest. Is there any games that I didn't talk about that you'd like to talk about?
Let's see. There was like a lot of spooky space games or like Doom-like games. That's the only like thing I came out. It's just like everything was space related
It was. It was a
or
very
like,
space heavy
and
showcase.
it was like the most generic video game names, like Stormgate and Witchfire and Flashback and Dark Descent, and it's just like just they're running out of names. But Nightingales looks cool. It's like a co-op
That's
survival
a
game
Scoppernet
that
drafted game, isn't it?
no, I don't think so.
Oh, I thought you did draft Nightingale.
I had it on my list, but I don't think I drafted it. I could be wrong, but yeah, I don't think that's coming out this year. I don't think I drafted it.
I'm gonna look it up
Did
right
you
now.
post that list anywhere?
I have we have it in Google Sheets. You did not draft it.
Yeah, okay.
Was that
Cool, good.
Avatar was delayed, right? Also?
Yeah,
That
that
was
was it.
another one.
Avatar was delayed. Stupid fuck. That game's gonna be cool though.
Yeah, it is. But yeah.
You're gonna get all the games that got delayed that I drafted this year, next year, and fucking rock me again, just with my own games, just the year they actually come out.
Yeah, we have to do this every year. I love the video game draft was great. We have to just do this
It
every
keeps
year
a
from
nice
here on out.
friendly competition going the whole year, in between me beating your ass in Brawler days and stuff.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see if that happens again. I beat you in every fighting game that there was. So
Not every game.
can we move on to Xbox Bethesda
Yeah,
showcase?
yeah.
All right, lots of games here. I'd say honestly, I was probably interested. I'd say like 80% of them looked like something I would play.
Yeah.
But I only highlighted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So the games that were shown were Redfall, Hollow Knight, Silksong, High on Life, A Plague Tale Requiem, Forza Motorsport, Flight Simulator 40th Anniversary, Overwatch 2, Ara, History Untold, Fallout 76, The Pit, Forza Horizons 5X Hot Wheels, Arc 2, Scorn, Flintock, The Siege of Dawn, Minecraft Legends, Lightyear Frontier, Gunfire Reborn, The Last Case of Benedict Fox, As Dusk Falls, Nakara Blade Point, Pentiment, Grounded, Erebin Shadow Legacy, Diablo 4, Sea of Thieves Season 7, Ravenlock Cocoon, Wo Long Fallen Dynasty, a bunch of Persona games that are coming to Game Pass, an untitled Hideo Kojima game with Xbox, and Starfield. Top of the list, Redfall. It looks
I'm a little
like
close to the heart.
Left 4 Dead,
Left for Destiny with vampires.
but with vampires. Yeah.
I think it's actually like from a 10,000-foot view. I think it like looks a lot like Left 4 Dead, but I don't think it's gonna be like that point A to point B type level. I think it's more of a traditional game with a traditional narrative. Just the moment to moment stuff is gonna feel like Left 4 Dead, but I think there's just like a cohesive story. Like you're just playing through a full game with multiple people, and you have like abilities and you fight vampires and stuff.
Yeah. So it's
So
not like get to the safe room.
yeah, I don't think so. But I I I hope it's like Destiny more so than Left 4 Dead because Back for Blood came and went, and it's just like maybe that game
Back 4 Blood,
model doesn't
which
work as
was
well.
yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's good.
Back 4 Blood, which like I enjoyed, it's just so forgettable. It's like that
I
game
think
came
that
out
just
not even a year ago and we all just kind of forgot about it.
I just think that game archetype is a little dated. It's just like I think Left 4 Dead was really impressive because it was like, look at how many fucking zombies we could put on the screen and fight them all. Now it's just like I kind of need a little more than that,
Yeah.
and it's like how you can only stretch that so far. So I hope it's more Destiny, less Left 4 Dead. But Game Pass, baby, best deal in gaming.
I think all of these games are day one Game Pass, right? Everything that I mentioned?
Most of them are,
Yeah.
at least on this list, yeah. And not Overwatch, but Overwatch is free to play.
Well, Overwatch should be free to play, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fantastic because any of these games that you're kind of like, meh, maybe you could just try if you have
Yeah.
Game Pass, which is why Game Pass is fantastic. The next game that I have highlighted, do you want to talk about Hollow Knight? I know that was a Steppernet pick.
No, it's just on my list. I've never been like a side scrolly type gamer, but I know those games review really well, so that's why I picked it. But
Yeah,
it looks cool.
I'm really picky with my indie side scrollers. I played all the what's the play dead ones like Limbo, Inside,
Yeah.
and I played Celeste when that came out a few years ago. That one was pretty good.
There's one of the games on my list that's coming out in 2022, hopefully. Fuck. It's not on this list, I actually, but it should be. They went over it. I forgot what it's called. Um,
Was it in the Bethesda showcase or like the extended showcase?
no, it's in the Bethesda one. It's like
I
my
might have just
third
missed it then.
game I drafted.
Hold on, I have it on here. Somerville.
Somerville, yeah, that's it. That's by the same company you were talking about.
I didn't see Somerville on there. I think it was on the. I don't remember.
It
Seeing
might not
it
have
with
shown, but it was on a list of like games that they're releasing.
Okay.
Like they put it on Twitter. It was like Game Pass games, and Somerville was in the 2022 section.
Oh, nice! It's a Game Pass game. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never played Hollow Knight, but I would probably, if I like had extra time, I would probably dive into something like
The
that.
Last Case of Benedict Fox is one of those side scrolly type games that does look very cool.
It
That I
does
want to
look
play.
pretty cool.
It looks like super unique, and the art style looks really cool.
High on Life. Let's talk about this game.
I cannot fucking wait for this game.
Looks fucking ridiculous.
They went over more of it in the extended showcase, and it's so Justin Roiland describes it as like a Metroidvania type game.
Okay.
Where you're the bounty hunters that invade Earth are all available to fight right off the jump, and you pick one, it'll open a portal to that world. But each
kind of
world,
like Mega Man.
Yeah, but each world has sections where like different guns interact with the world differently, like their alternate fires and stuff. So like maybe one has like an explosive alternate fire, and there's like a rubble in one world, right? That you can't get past without the, you know, explosion gun. But if you go through the explosion world first before you get the explosion gun, you don't go through it. So it like forces you to kind of retread your steps once you get the tools to interact with the world. So there's like probably an optimal way to go through it, but like first playthrough, you're going to be like, oh shit, I need something
Where do I
to
go?
get
Yeah.
here. Yeah. But like the Gatlians are sentient gun people that you have to go rescue, and like they're all voiced by different, like JB Smooth I heard was one of them, and Justin Roiland does one obviously, and then there's the Australian knife, and it's just, it looks very funny, it looks very charming. It kind of looks like Outworld Stranger's Wrath. I don't know if you remember that game.
I do not.
You were like a bounty hunter, and you had this crossbow, and you could load up two types of ammo in it, and each type of ammo was like a little creature that had like its little personality and its own little like what it does. But it looks like there's like a sentient gun in it basically, and it just like reminded me a lot of that game, which was also like a Metroidvania loop back on itself game. And I remember being so hyped for that as a kid, and I was just like, this looks really familiar. And I was like, oh yeah, right, this is a oddly specific game type that I like. There's also the sentient gun in Cyberpunk that I always used. It was kind of like the paperclip from Microsoft back in the day.
Yeah, I knew nothing about this, but this game comes out soon too, right? It comes out like
October.
Yeah. So I will. I'm so glad it's on Game Pass, because this is a game where like I might not buy it. At least I wouldn't buy it day one.
I think I would buy it day one. Just
hilarious, and I'm here for it, definitely.
Oh yeah, and I mean Game Pass day one. It's fucking, again. This is just gonna be a, the next 20 minutes, half hour is just gonna be a Game Pass commercial, because it's just like, holy shit, this is like a lot of games within the next year that come out.
Could you
like,
imagine
not necessarily
having Game Pass when like we were in like high school?
Oh my god, college too. Like I never bought any
college.
games because
Yeah, when we were like ass broke and couldn't buy, and you'd buy like 3 games a year, and you get like the one game you got for like your birthday and Christmas, and like yeah, and then you'd try and sell all your old games to GameStop so you could buy, the next Grand Theft Auto or
pennies.
something. I could just like having Game Pass in high school would be like it'd be insane, because there's so many games on it, so many good games too.
Yeah,
there's a fucking gnat flying around my light trying to kill it.
Dev says the PS Plus upgrade is great. Is it Game Pass level though?
No, it's not. It's not bad though. But they don't have as many games, and they definitely don't have first party coming out day one.
Yeah. It's like, why not? Just fucking put it on PC. God damn it.
I don't have this one highlighted, but A Plague Tale Requiem looks pretty sweet. And I never played the first one, but I have heard that it's good. But I just wanted to make note that I did think it looked.
Yeah, I mean,
cool.
I'd have to play the first one too, but it did look very interesting.
So maybe one day when, when I'm bored and I need something to play, I'll throw those on or something. Overwatch 2, Scott, you already kind of touched upon this, but I know you're a big Overwatch guy, so I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah, there's gonna be basically an Overwatch state of play on Thursday that really goes over it. But they basically announced a new tank. I am a tank player. I appreciate that. Haven't had a new tank in forever. And they're gonna release a new map, and they teased another support hero, and they're going free to play, which I'm kind of interested in how a free to play monetization on Overwatch would work. Like, are we gonna get a battle pass? They have gun charms and stuff. Like, there's probably gonna be a weekly store, which is kind of annoying, but like, I'd buy an Overwatch battle pass. I play enough Overwatch that like a battle pass would be like worth the $10.
Yeah.
But like I hope there's still a way to earn stuff. Like I hope
you're still going to be able to keep your skins and everything, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, everything carries over. And now there's cross-platform progression. So like if you play for Xbox and you swap over to PC, all your shit moves over.
That's cool.
But yeah, I hope there's still like some kind of way to earn the cool shit without like, because if it's like, oh sweet, this Roadhog skin, dropped. I don't want to spend like $9. Like I just still want to like be able to earn credits and buy it with in-game currency rather than, But if you have like stuff,
Overwatch so great. Well, one of the things that made Overwatch so great.
But like if you have exclusive stuff that's tied to the battle pass, that's not purchasable with in-game currency, okay. But like if you give me a fucking store where it's like, oh, this fucking purple Reinhardt hammer for $3 that I can't get in any other way, I'm just gonna be like, fuck that. I'm just gonna play the game and not dump money into it. But if it's like fair and interesting and like, but it's Blizzard, so it's like, oh, who knows?
Diablo 4, we got a pretty cool trailer. I'm not really a big Diablo fan, but I know you.
If it's dropping, Dev, it's probably on my stream. He's saying your audio's dropping every 20 seconds, but
my audio's dropping.
Yeah, it's probably mine. It's probably peaking somewhere.
Dev, check my stream. Make sure I'm not dropping. Yeah, Diablo 4 looks cool. It's not, again, I'm not really a Diablo fan. These aren't really type of games that I play. It is free on Game Pass, so like if a bunch of people, I think it is co-op, right? So if
I'm playing Diablo. If
a bunch of people are gonna play, like I'll jump in. Why not? I don't have to.
This surprised the shit out of me about how good it looks. Like I'm the same. I'm like not the biggest. I wasn't the biggest Diablo fan, but this looks like it's gonna get me into it. Just like it's like a fully open world, and there's like giant world events with other people, and the combat looks dark and gritty and more intimate than the third one, which is really arcadey. Like I don't know, it just looks like a very fun game to jump in and like just dungeon crawl with your friends.
Yeah, and if I can play it day one and I don't have to pay for it because I'm paying for Game Pass, then why not? I would be willing to do that. So,
also cross-platform too, so you can play with people on Xbox and mobile, I think, which is fucking insane. But
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We got a Sea of Thieves Season 7 trailer. They didn't really go into it.
A shanty, even.
Yeah, it was a shanty. But we do play Sea of Thieves occasionally, usually when new content comes out, so I'm sure you'll see us play that when that comes out.
You can name your ship.
Oh, yeah, and you can save your ship, too. Sorry, I keep trying to get this gnat that keeps flying around in front of my face. The last two things we have, Hideo Kojima Untitled game with Xbox. I'm seeing, most of his games, the most Konami games, I'm not really about anyway.
Yeah.
Until I see something, I'll decide if I'm going to play it. I think he's a very talented person. He's, one of the most popular people in the games industry. And rightfully so.
Death Stranding didn't do anything for me. At least by the look of that, I didn't play it. This is not my type of game.
But I'm seeing
it worked for a lot of people. So
many PlayStation fanboys like disowning him on Twitter.
They did the same with Persona, the Atlas games.
Yeah.
People freaked out. Also with
Like,
fucking
get the
Spider-Man
fuck.
coming to PC.
Yeah,
Did
I
you see the
saw
one
that
guy
one
who
too.
sawed his PlayStation in half?
Yeah, get the fuck over yourselves. People, like,
Yeah. It's a plastic box. Who gives a
seriously.
fuck? Where, like,
Who
let me play the
cares a
games where I
shit
want to
what you're
play it.
playing? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit that he's doing something for Xbox? Like, I'm so tired of seeing these fucking stupid console wars bullshit.
Yeah.
And I've always been someone who has had like almost every platform, so I've never been one side or the other. When I did have a PS4 and an Xbox One and a PS3 and an Xbox 360, I would play mostly my first party games on on PlayStation, and then I don't know, I just like the way the Xbox controller feels. But like now that I'm on
Yeah.
PC, it's like, who fucking cares?
Xbox is
Quit
really
fucking
open to
complaining.
bringing all their stuff to multiple
Yeah,
platforms.
and
And it's like I wish
PCs or
PlayStation did because like they
PlayStations
did
too.
a lot of their first party stuff. They're just doing timed exclusives, and then it's going to come to PlayStation. So it's like
You mean PC?
no PlayStation. There's console
Oh,
exclusives,
Xbox, you
and
mean?
then there's
Okay.
like the before the game it was like console launch exclusive or console exclusive. Console launch exclusive means that it's going to launch on Xbox, but then eventually launch on PlayStation.
Okay.
So like a lot of their stuff, like even though they bought like Bethesda and stuff, I think that like Redfall is going to be on PlayStation eventually and stuff like that. So it's just like I wish they would just kind of like open the pathway from PlayStation. Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if Game Pass is in the works to come to Switch.
Oh, I think it
Like
is. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if eventually Game Pass comes to PlayStation, but it's only the Xbox games and not
yeah,
not the games that are on both like PlayStation and Xbox. Like, you know, like I don't know. Like let's say Shredder's Revenge or something. That's not coming to
yeah,
Game Pass, but it's on every console. So that wouldn't be on Game Pass for PlayStation, but like Xbox first
the
party.
Xbox exclusive stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying that's going to happen soon, but like a couple years I could definitely see
yeah.
it happening.
It's like who cares? Just play. Like I just want to play stuff. I don't give a fuck what. Like I don't want to sit on my like I like playing on my computer. So like I want to sit here and play. Like that's why like I'm fucking gutted that I'm gonna have to go out and buy a PlayStation for God of War Ragnarok in November.
I mean, if you
So it's
wait,
like
it'll eventually come to PC.
it will, but in like 4 years. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't want to like that's my one of my favorite games of all time. My second favorite game of all time.
Yeah,
Just
God of War is
2018.
probably the best game I think I've ever played. But I think that like I just see all this shit. I see it on Twitter. I see like people on both sides. People like Xbox fanboys talk shit about PlayStation fanboys and vice versa. And it's like, who fucking gives a shit? Just like,
Yep.
play your games,
Play
have
your game.
fun.
Yep.
And once PlayStation starts seeing how much money they're gonna make on PC, because I think they're expecting to make 300 million this next year. They made 80 million with the releases of what was
Horizon.
it? Horizon and
And
God
Days
of
Gone.
War and Days Gone. And they're anticipating 300 million next year. Like they're gonna bring more shit to PC, and then PC is gonna
Yeah.
be the ultimate way to play. And Devin said they should be happy that more people can play their favorite series. Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my
I want to get
mini
yeah.
rant I wanted to go on about people complaining about Kojima because he's doing something with Xbox. And Starfield. Scott, do you want to go first talking about Starfield? Because I have some concerns about Starfield.
Yeah, I'll keep it short. It looks like Fallout in space. It looks like it has a lot to do, which could be good, could be bad. Combat looks a little clunky, but hey, it's Bethesda. I'm just more into. I want to see how the story unfolds. They do a lot of cool character stuff, and like, I want to build a base on a lava planet. I want to be my own little Darth Vader and Mustafar, and you know, it looks like exactly how I thought it was going to look, which I'm still very excited for it. But you got your words. I'll let you rant.
I am excited, but I feel like I've seen this before. I've seen this before a few times. And I've seen this before with Mass Effect Andromeda. I've seen this before with Destiny. Although people do love Destiny, but it wasn't what I was expecting when I first played it. I've seen this before with No Man's Sky. And this looks like it's a little bit of all of that. And the main reason why people hated Mass Effect Andromeda was because it was like real fetch questy and there was too much shit to do. and it was overwhelming. And it was like, you can get all of these abilities, but in your playthrough that's going to take you 60 to 80 hours, you really can only max out like a handful of them. Kind of feel the same way with this, which is like, yeah, you have to pick and choose.
Yeah.
But it feels to me, and don't get me wrong, I am excited, and I think it's going to be I think it's going to be good. Or I hope it's going to be good. But like, I'm just concerned that it's going to be too much to do, and it's going to be too overwhelming, and it's not going to have any direction, and it's going to wind up being this like 7-5 game instead of like a 9-5 game. And that's my worry. Because it looks like it's like a 300-hour game if you really want to dive in and like build your spaceship and build your outposts and like explore planets and all this shit.
Like it's literally going to every planet with the load times and I don't know how the traversal works, but like the travel, the load times, the landing, the getting out, and like exploring the planet for let's say 10 minutes even. That's let's say you go to a planet, right?
That's 10,000 hours.
Calculator.
That's 10,000 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. 10 minutes. Oh, yeah, there is 1,000 planets.
1,000 planets. It's 10,000 hours.
Yeah. Well,
just exploring planets.
But that's not let's say there's like, I don't know, it takes like 2 minutes to get to each planet.
Yeah, all right.
Right? Yeah.
20,000.
So that's another
20,000 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. So like,
and
that's a lot.
And then there's the thing of like, all right, another thing I hated about Andromeda was you have the same species on every planet. A thing people hated about No Man's Sky. You have similar species on every planet, even though it's all, like auto-generated. The parts that are auto-generated kind of get old fast. Like, is this going to happen also? Because I don't want that. I'd rather you go to like 20 planets and not have the same species show up on every planet, So these are the things that I'm concerned about. Yeah, if it was like a tight
20 planets, I would be totally fine with that.
Exactly.
Like 1,000?
1,000? Come on.
I think that's a lot of them are going to be like barren, that you could just go and set up an outpost and just mine for resources and just not look at it again. Because like they were talking about like ice balls and stuff, like how like most planets are like either circled by or are just like fucking like just resources tightly packed into a planet-sized ball, and it's like there's not going to be like, it might not be conducive for life, so they might not have to worry about like doing all that stuff.
See, and I wouldn't mind that, because that's kind of like how it is now. Like if you go to any other planet in our solar system, there's no life, But
I also hope that they do throw in some like rewards for going to maybe some obscure planets, because like the thing that hooked me for Fallout was like there was all the vaults that were hidden, and like it really rewarded you for like searching stuff out, and you could get like named weapons or gear or stuff, like if you really had to look, right? So like I hope that they put like some worthwhile shit and some just like scattered around a handful of random planets, and like 6 months to a year down the line, there's like videos that come out and be like, I found this cool, laser axe on planet C938 off this star system, and it's like it's in this cave on the west side of the planet. Like there could be some cool like longevity stuff to it if you like put stuff that rewards exploration. But if you have a bunch of dead planets, it's just like you're just padding a number to be like, we have 1,000 planets.
Exactly.
It's like at that point, don't do that. Just give me 15 to 20 planets that have shit on it. Like, I don't need it to be that realistic and be like, well, all the planets wouldn't have stuff on it. I don't give a fuck. I'm playing a video game. If I gave a fuck about the real world, I wouldn't be playing video games.
And as cool as like making your own ship sounds, it's like, I don't know if we need that. I don't know if we need to customize.
Oh, no, that's cool for me. I want to make my own ship. I'm making it look like a big dick.
The big dick ship.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it's like I just don't know if we need it, but it sounds cool.
I mean, I could go without base building. I would rather ship building over base building, because the base building in Fallout 4 was fucking clunky and pointless.
It was, and I still tried to build like an awesome base, and I spent so much time doing that in Fallout 4. That I was going to bring that up too.
But if you could do that, and you like, I think you can hire people and have them do shit for you when you build a base. So
Okay.
like they can run out on missions and like gathering stuff, and you can make them do shit. And it's like there's a point to building a base, and where I feel like in Fallout it was like, here's your base. You could, very minimal to do with like progressing you as a character. Like if
Yeah.
you can build a base and it can farm cool shit for you that makes you better as a player, then sure. But like I want to build a ship and I want to put thrusters and I want to put lasers and shit on it, and like I want a dogfight, and like I want my ship to look. I would rather build a ship than a base. So it gives you both. But like shipbuilding looks quicker and more intuitive, where it's like popping pieces on there, different pieces do different shit, and it's like, how do you want it to fly? You want it to be a big, thick, like tank, slow, big lasers, big shield, or like a zippy spit. Like that's cool. Like I want to do that, but like I'd rather do that than build a base. But I'm a fucking nerd, so I'm gonna do them both.
And who
And take my
knows?
dick ship to my Mustafar base.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I just want to build the ship from Mass Effect. And then,
oh yeah, you're probably gonna get a lot of people that are like, oh, here's a list of parts you need to do to make
I
your
wonder if you
ship look
can
like this.
download other people's ships, or if you could buy
I,
ships on like the space
There's
marketplace
going to
or
be
something like
mods
that.
for this game where you're going to be able to fly around in like the Futurama ship or the fucking
That's
Millennium
true.
Falcon for sure. Because
Yeah,
Bethesda games and mods go hand in hand. So it's
that
like,
is true.
yeah, I'm going to be flying around in the Millennium Falcon by like next summer or whenever the mods come out for this game.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe the game's gonna be awesome, but I just have concerns. Is all. Scott,
As with any Bethesda game.
anything else on the Xbox Bethesda showcase that you want to talk about?
Flintlock looked really cool. It looked like Goddess of War.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
like this girl with this magic axe, and she's fighting creatures in an open world. Like that looks dope, and it's Game Pass. So fuck yeah, I'm gonna play that.
So why not?
And Naraka Blade Point. It's like a Dynasty Warriors battle royale. It's coming out next week. I'm gonna give that a shot too.
It's out on.
Because
It's been out on PC for a while, I think.
oh, has it?
Yeah, I remember hearing about it. I think last year, on last year's
I'll play
E3.
that. And I kind of want to play Grounded. Not gonna
Grounded
lie.
does it actually.
It's like,
Yeah, it kind of intrigued me too. I was like,
I think it's on Game Pass already, but the 1.0 is like the full game.
yeah,
But like, I wouldn't mind giving it a shot because it's like Honey I Shrunk the Kid survival game.
yeah. Is that multiplayer?
Yeah,
Interesting. That might be a cool nerd collab that we play sometime later.
yeah.
So it's on Game
you can
Pass, so why the
download it.
fuck not? Yeah.
Yeah, you can download it now. It's just not the full like release. It's just like game preview. But I'd be down to get into that.
Yeah, I'm down. It looked okay. Like it looked. I was
Yeah,
intrigued.
you like build your base and make your way across the backyard.
Fight giant
It's like
ants
Honey
and
I
shit.
Shrunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, get Rick Moranis, and it's a total day one buy for me.
Then we had the Capcom showcase. In the Capcom showcase, we had Monster Hunter Rise. We had a little bit more of Street Fighter 6. Exo Primal, Dragon's Dogma got a 10th anniversary video, and then we had Resident Evil Village is getting Mercenaries and finally getting a DLC. Resident Evil Village is also getting a third-person view, which looks pretty cool. There was a small section on RE-Verse, which is Resident Evil Village's like multiplayer
I forgot about that
game. Yeah, but you get to be the nemesis, so that's cool.
That's cool.
And then we got a little bit more in depth of gameplay for RE4 Remake. And
Oh, they showed gameplay.
yeah. Did you not
I
watch
didn't
it?
see that. No,
Oh.
I did not.
They didn't show a
forgot
lot,
they were doing
but
one.
they did show some,
Okay.
and it looks fucking great. Like it looks like Resident Evil 4. I was questioning the remake when it came out because that game is still good. It's a little clunky, but it still holds up. But I can't wait. It's gonna be fucking awesome. That's the best.
I mean, the
Resident
way
Evil
they do
game.
these remakes, I'm not worried about that. 2 is fantastic.
Yeah, 3 was good too.
So, yeah, 3 should have just been bundled with 2, but that's just my opinion.
And yeah, and 7 and 8, 7 and Village were also fantastic. I do have Street Fighter 6 highlighted because I think they confirmed in the Capcom showcase that there is going to be kind of like a story mode where you can like run around the Street Fighter universe and do shit, kind of like Mortal Kombat
Mortal
Conquest.
Kombat did it first,
Yeah.
baby.
That's right. So I'm excited to play it. If that is true, I will buy Street Fighter 6 and play the story mode. But I love Resident Evil. I can't wait to play I'm going to play and stream the DLC Shadow of Rose when the Village
that looks
DLC
really
comes
cool.
out. I probably won't play Village again in third person unless I do like a replay some years from now or whatever. But
I don't know. I kind of want to see that baby in third person.
fuck that. It's also coming to VR. So if you want to experience it in VR.
Oh god, I don't think I could handle that.
And Resident Evil 4 Remake, I can't fucking wait. It's gonna be great, and that's coming out in March. So, and I will also be playing that, as I played through all of the Resident Evil games and ranked them. So I will play it and rank it against the my current ranking of the Resident Evil games. Will it remain at top? We'll see.
Next year's game draft is going to be so competitive.
Yeah,
there's so many games coming out.
There's a lot of games coming out next year.
Yeah.
And I want to get more people in the game draft next year too. So
yeah.
I'm thinking maybe we have like 5 people in our game draft, 5 people drafting. We do kind of like a fantasy football draft type deal.
Yeah.
We'll do like a snake draft like 10 games each.
Yeah.
50
How
games.
do we, yeah. We'd have to do something to determine draft order.
Yeah, we can randomize that.
Like a 1v1v1v1v1 and gang beast or something.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
And we do the finish. That's the order of drafting.
That sounds good. Yeah, we'll come up with this at the end of the year. Okay. Scott, if we have the 4 showcases, so we've got the Sony State of Play, Summer Games Fest, Xbox Bethesda Showcase, and the Capcom Showcase. Rank these showcases.
I think it goes Xbox, it goes State of Play, it goes Summer Games Fest, and then Capcom.
That is my ranking as well.
Let's go.
Yeah, I just think Xbox.
But Capcom had heavy hitters in it, but it just didn't. It's
no,
just
it
a handful
didn't.
Of games.
No, it was a really bad showcase. It was awful.
Really?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
all the
terrible.
Resident Evil stuff seems worth it.
And they saved it at the end, but they started with like a brief look at Street Fighter 6. They had Monster Hunter Rise for like Switch, which I don't care about. Exo Primal looks terrible. And then they just had this like Dragon's Dogma 10th anniversary video. And then they saved all the Resident Evil stuff for the end, which is cool, but like compared to the other showcases, let down. I also kind of felt that the Summer Games Fest showcase was a little bit of a letdown.
It was really weak in the middle. Yeah.
It dragged a lot in the middle. Yeah. And then it picked up. And then like Last of Us came, and it kind of sucks that it got spoiled already.
Yeah.
But the Sony State of Play was good, and the Xbox Bethesda showcase was good.
Yeah. It's been a good, especially because of all the circumstances with the pandemic and stuff. It's been a good game show off season.
Yeah. I agree. And hopefully we get a Nintendo one too.
Yeah.
So what is your most anticipated game?
There's a ton of games that are on this list, like Overwatch 2, and Starfield, and Redfall, and even Flintlock. It looked really cool. But I'm going to go out of left field and say Arc 2. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, really?
The Fast and the Furious. I would say my most anticipated is High on Life.
That's mine as well. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not.
Get out!
Never mind. It's not.
That's probably your biggest surprise.
That's my biggest surprise.
But,
spoiler alert.
It was a huge surprise, but there was another game that really like punched me in the side of the face that I wasn't expecting to, but I'll get to that. But yeah, I like just everything about this game looks just like fun, just like unadulterated, like adult comedy fun that it's just like a playable Rick and Morty episode. Like, how cool is that? That's fun. That's going to be dope. Biggest surprise was Diablo 4. I didn't expect to be hyped for it. That's why I was a surprise. Like I knew it was coming out, and then I saw it. I saw the trailer. It was like, here's the Necromancer. I'm like, all right, this is more of the same. And then just the gameplay, the art direction, the new stuff they added, the open world stuff, the world event stuff. Like, I just want to get some friends together and just, hop on Discord, bullshit, and kill stuff. And then my biggest disappointment was something that didn't make any of the showcases. Was there wasn't Avowed. Avowed didn't show up, which I thought for sure was going to come out within the next 12 months, maybe even in 2022. But apparently that's not the case, because all the Xbox games coming out are within the next 12 months. And if Avowed didn't show, then it's not going to be here. I thought it was like a perfect time for it to drop, because there's so much time from now until Elder Scrolls 6. And this is Obsidian's Elder Scrolls. And like, They didn't show off Outer Worlds 2, so it's like this perfect time for it to fit in, and it's like it wasn't here.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, I need some high fantasy fucking RPGs in here. What are you doing?
My most anticipated was Resident Evil 4 Remake. I'm so glad we finally see it, and it looks good, and I can't wait to just
That's
jump
safe
back
to say
into
that's
that
going to be
Resident
your
Evil 4.
first round pick if you get first like the first round pick. Would you say that's like hands
I don't
down?
know. I don't know. If I got like first
I think it's
overall
game.
pick,
I think the second one won Game of the Year.
it won some Game of the Years. It didn't win the Game of the Year at like the Game Awards.
Yes, it did.
It was nominated. Did it? No,
Hold
it didn't.
on. Yeah.
I will challenge you on that one. I don't think it did. It won Game of the Year for certain. I think like IGN might have gave it Game of the Year. But while you're looking that up, I'll continue to talk. I don't know if I had first round pick. I don't know if I'd take Resident Evil 4 Remake. I might like if God of War Ragnarok is coming out on PC and is like announced for PC next year, I might take that as my first round pick. But it's definitely a top tier.
Oh yeah, it was only nominee. Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
What won Game of the Year?
That came out in 2018 or 2019? 2019? 2019 was...
Game of the Yeet?
It was 2019. 2018 was God of
Sekiro.
War. That's
Sekiro
right. It was Sekiro. Yeah. So yeah, Sorry 4 is my most anticipated. Biggest surprise. That was High on Life. I had no idea what this game was, and then I saw it, and then I just hear like Morty's voice, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And I'm laughing hysterical watching the trailer. Like, I can't wait to play this. So that was my biggest surprise. Biggest disappointment. No Half-Life 3. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just expecting it to never be announced by now. My biggest disappointment, honestly, I wasn't really looking forward to this, but it looked kind of cool and I was a little intrigued by it. Exoprimal. I have in parentheses next to this in the show doc, this game looks like dog shit because it literally looks terrible. I was like, what the fuck is this game? For those who don't know, it's like you're in a mech and you're fighting dinosaurs, which sounds cool, but it's in the vein of like Dynasty Warriors. So there's like 1,000 dinosaurs running at you at one time and you just like blast them and they all like die and it just looks like a piece of shit. So yeah, that I was like, who would play this game? It looks really bad. That was my biggest disappointment. So with that, I think that's it. That's the show for us today.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining. I have 6 viewers right now, which is a lot.
Goddamn.
So thanks everyone for coming in and listening to us chat about
I'm also
games.
streaming over here, Thick Flare 4Cs. If you want to come drop by, drop me a follow.
Yeah, you can also follow Scott Thick Flare 4Cs at twitch.tv.
Any money I make on this stream goes to charity, by the way.
Scott and I will be playing Portal 2 tomorrow on our Cool Nerd collab. Probably beating it. We have 2 more chambers to go. And then I will be picking up Arkham City again next Monday. And then next Tuesday we'll be having our show again. So hopefully we see you guys there. With that, Scott, is there anything else you want to say?
Nope. You covered it.
All right. Then we will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining us.
See you later. Bye, y'all. Gonna give you a little clip on your outro. Do a little funny clip.